First one. We've never done this, but it's exciting.
It's probably will be a one and done.
Yeah.
Did you use like a podcast filter for like a way to make our voice sound really good?
It does. It sounds.
Maybe if this blows up, we can have one where we have like a neon sign and we'll have the name of our podcast on it, and then we'll have 2 chairs. And then we'll have a little plant in the middle, and we'll drink a little bit of tea, and we'll talk about our lives. Did you see that Alabama lost to Florida ridiculously bad in basketball this week?
No, I didn't know you kept up with basketball.
I don't.
Oh.
I watch it sometimes. Honestly, it's kind of boring. There's too much scoring, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. I
It's
get
just
that.
kind of like you don't get the excitement out of like, oh.
Yeah, I know. It's more exciting to like watch something happen for like 5 seconds and then take like a 10-minute break in between.
Yeah, like
then,
football.
Yeah. It's definitely more exciting than scoring hundreds of points.
Yeah. Like Tom hates hockey because they only score a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's so fun when they score because then you're like, oh.
What about soccer or football?
I mean, I don't watch soccer. I could not tell you one thing about soccer. Can you tell me one thing about soccer?
Goalies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love them all.
Did you play soccer ever?
No. No soccer. I did play basketball my senior year of high school. I was
just your senior year.
Just my senior year.
Were you just like, I'm gonna go out for basketball?
No, they were just like, we need somebody to like box people out, just like on fouls and stuff. And they're like, if you want to do that, like we'll give you a letter for it. And I was like, sure, why not?
And by box about, you had to put your butt on somebody's crotch.
Yeah, dude. I was,
you just twerked?
Twerking before twerking was a thing.
What other sports did you play?
I played football. I played football all 4 years. Won 2 state championships playing football.
You won them, or did your team win them?
No, me personally, I was the eye in the team.
Oh,
no, not really. As much I did, like I started on offense and defense. I don't say play both ways because everybody loves to make a funny joke
you
about.
play both ways.
Yeah. But yeah, I played. Actually, where I got my original knee injury, I tore my meniscus. I have surgery next week.
He tore his meniscus by just standing up.
Yeah. And by doing the most low impact exercise you can do for I was on the elliptical and I twisted my knee and it busted open, I guess.
But picturing you on elliptical to begin with is already funny to me.
Dude, it's so I mean, like I have the headphones on and I kind of just picture myself like going down like the Santa Monica Pier, I got like a little groove to it and I just, whatever I'm listening to. But yeah, those are the 2 sports I played. What sports did you play?
You want the list?
Wow, you played a lot of sports.
Yeah, I was an athlete. Well, okay, let's think about it. I did soccer when I was younger, which is funny.
I
still don't. I did 2 seasons. I quit after it was really cold outside and the goalie got to wear a long sleeve shirt. And so I said, I want to be the goalie.
So it was more of a fashion thing for you. Yeah.
Because I was really cold.
Oh, yeah.
And we were winning like 5-0. And all of a sudden they were up like 7-5 because I was the goalie. And I was bawling in the net. I was like, take me out.
Because you were cold.
Just because I was cold. They took me out. I never played soccer again. I did do basketball.
It's funny how like, that still sounds so much like you. You're like, I'm cold or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Give me the long sleeve.
I'm not coming. Yeah. It's cold outside.
I saw 1 raindrop. I can't come today.
Yeah.
I did basketball for a few seasons. I never made it in high school.
Like graduated or you just mean sports?
Josh, I graduated high school.
Oh, did you go to college, Brailey?
I did go to college.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Georgia College and State University.
Oh, not Alabama.
Not Alabama. It's too expensive.
But you're a huge Alabama fan.
Hell yeah. Well, it's hard.
If Nick Saban wanted to adopt you tomorrow, you would do it.
If Nick Saban wanted to date me, I'd probably date him. Oh, poor Tom.
Yeah.
I also did swimming for like 15 years. I was a year-round swimmer.
Wow.
And I did cheerleading and I did rowing.
Rowing?
I was a rower for like 3, almost 4 years.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, and my traps were like, and I was like,
yeah.
But I never tore my meniscus.
Yeah. no, that's cool though. I mean, rowing, I didn't know that.
No.
I'm learning so much about you. So what do you do now?
I'm in the sport of disappointment. I'm
Wow,
trying to make it as a musician in Nashville.
A universal team. We are on that.
Man, the amount of people that are probably in this same sport, just disappointment every day.
Yeah.
I wake up disappointed.
I mean, I know people who are not doing music who are just disappointed, you know? Yeah.
You know, for as much as I read, you would think I know how to spell. The sense is calm. Okay, wait.
You read Colleen Hoover books.
I don't only read Colleen Hoover books. I read a lot dirtier books.
That was like, Colleen Hoover is like the books I used to read in high school, like the Boxcar Children,
like Nancy Drew and stuff?
Yeah. No. It's that level of writing.
No. Okay, Colleen Hoover got me into writing.
You write yourself?
I mean, into reading. I do write myself.
You do?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I do. I write a lot of songs.
I thought you write your own like fanfic or something. And I was
That'd be hilarious.
That's embarrassing.
Wait, what is the thing where there's what is it called? Wattpad? Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Wattpad is where like people go on and write their own stories. And
where do they do it? It's like a
Wattpad.
Oh, okay. So it's like a website or something?
Yes. And I actually read a series from Wattpad. It wasn't, the girl wrote it about her and she was imagining what it was like if she was dating Harry Styles. I know. And it is spicy. It is so spicy. There are like 5 books. I read all 5 of them. I hated every single one of them.
I hope Harry's okay.
I just bought a book with his face on it. So I think he's doing fine.
No, I just mean, what if somebody wanted to write a 5-series spicy novel about you and you don't have any control over it, or
they didn't use his name.
Oh,
it was just like,
what do they call him, Nary Niles or something?
I love Twilight. There is not.
You seem like the type.
There's not a day that doesn't go by that if Twilight is on TV, I will stop and watch it.
You sound like you have a lot of time on your hands.
I don't, but do you what would you always watch on TV if it's on? Like what movie? And if you say Saltburn, I will start crying.
Oh, Saltburn. Because just the lessons in there like are really important. Like it taught me a new way how to mourn someone. The
fact that I haven't seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
Hygiene, good hygiene. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Like
Josh texted me and he said, "I missed the person I was before I watched Saltburn."
I don't know. Well, it's, I mean, as you also have a bunch of really artistic friends, and art is, like most things, a spectrum, and
I'm on the spectrum?
You are the spectrum.
Oh. On a scale of 1 to brailey.
But, so a lot of my friends were like, oh, it's like the most, like, it's a really artistic movie. It's really, like whatever. And I'm like, I'm not a prude. Like, I'll watch it. But there were some shocking things.
Who were your friends besides me?
Was shocked.
Who is I would never look at you and be like, you should watch Saltburn.
Well, the internet is my friend.
The internet told you to? Okay.
Yeah, the internet told me to watch it.
Okay. Josh used to have the longest, like, luscious beard, and he shaved it off.
I did. I did that just because, well, one, it gets really hot in Tennessee, and it was very humid, and so I shaved it off. But I also had that beard for 8 years, and I just wanted to do something different, I feel like people...
I thought you would grow it back out by now.
No, why would I do that?
I'm growing mine out.
I can see that. It looks good.
Thanks. How hard could it be? Boys do it.
No, I don't know. I almost felt like my beard became too much of my identity.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
And like, cause I always felt like, people will always be like, oh, he's the guy with the beard, or he's the, you know what I mean? Like when people describe you or whatever. And I'm just like, there has to be something else about me.
How do they describe you now?
He is the George Clooney type over there that, with glasses. That's how people describe me.
Oh,
I kind of a little salt and pepper going on. I'm 33. I just turned 33 last week. So
old.
I pretty much busted my knee on my birthday. So that was a good little reminder that age is setting in for sure.
You do have a little gray in your beard.
I do. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not doing any just for men or anything like that. I'm just going to let it go natural.
Why is it just for men? Why can't it be for women too?
It could be for anybody really, but that is just the brand that they chose, I think in the 80s. So you'd have to take it up with whoever the marketing team was in the 80s.
Do you remember when they had pins, like writing pins for women? Like
Bic
for women.
Yeah. Well, it's, the man hand is just shaped so differently, and like it's more business shaped, whereas like the woman's hand, for lists and things like that, you need to be
their dainty little hands to journal about their life.
The
at the end of the
circumference
day.
was like smaller on those pens, I believe. Like I broke them in half when I tried to pick them up every time, and I don't know. We don't keep them in the house anymore.
You know what? I think that we should also introduce ourselves and how we ended up in Nashville. And I would love for you to tell everybody how you ended up in Nashville. I just feel like we need to have that in there at some point.
Well, you're looking at me like I have a really cool story about coming to Nashville.
He packed up his wife and 7 kids and running from the FBI. He ended up in Nashville. And that's why he shaved his beard. Nobody knows who he is.
Yep, that is true.
His last name isn't even Dell.
We got our wagon all ready to come east, and
you got your horses.
Some people try to win the West, and we were like, I don't think we did a good enough job in the East. Let's go back and see if we can re-win that. And so that's what we did. But I moved to Nashville 3 years ago. We met through a friend, Ryan Calhoun, through a songwriting session.
Oh, hey Ryan.
What up, Ryan?
We moved to Nashville 3 years ago.
I moved to Nashville. I had a publishing deal with a company out in LA. And I moved out here because they were like, hey, we have way more people for you to write with out there. And so I moved out here, started writing with people like you within first few weeks of being here. And, now I'm still writing and producing and doing stuff. And we actually just had a fun project come out today that I did a little work on.
What did you do?
We did Jake Owen live at the Wiltern.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah.
Did you post about it?
I posted about it. I didn't post about myself in it, but yeah, Jake and Jimmy Likens, shout out Jimmy Likens, and myself and a bunch of other people worked on it. Jimmy is Jake's bass player, music director, very talented guy.
Did he play with you at the Bluebird?
He did, yeah. He was, yeah.
Man, that was such a good band.
Jimmy, those band guys are amazing. Yeah, for real.
Golly. I just love it that you go, I didn't practice with them.
We didn't.
And it didn't sound like it.
I know, it's crazy, man. Like you say it didn't sound like it.
No, it sounded great.
Yeah. That's what you meant. But yeah, so I'm out here and still making music and obviously doing a podcast with you now. So
I know.
What's your a little bit of your story?
Well,
Brailey Lenderman.
I moved here almost 10 years ago, and I've cried every day since.
10-year town.
10-year town. Is it a 10-year town now, or is it a TikTok town?
I don't know what it. None of it ever made sense to me. So it's just, I am assuming that in 10 years of being here, I'll have had everything figured out.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now, going into my 10th year, I have nothing figured out.
Oh, well, you don't use the male Bic pens.
Oh, you're right. Moved here 10 years ago, assigned to a management team out of LA.
Oh, everybody wants management until you have it.
That is the truest statement I've ever heard in my whole entire life. Man. Now, I can't hate them. I love them still. I still talk to them. But let's just say I'm not good at being told what to do.
Yeah.
Which is part of the business. But now I'm just writing and releasing music and, getting about 3 streams a day.
That's good. Hey.
3.
Yeah.
I'm pretty famous. And I live in a house with my husband and 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And I was on The Voice.
Okay. I was going to say, are you going to talk about that at all? Or
The Voice? No. Well, I can if you want me to go into depth about The Voice.
You can if you want to.
I'll never do it again.
I don't think you can you?
No.
Yeah.
Unless you were like in a duo or a trio.
No, so we could go back together.
We could go back if you wanted to.
Perfect.
I mean, you did the voice. You know the process.
I did do the audition. Yeah, I did the, what is it called? The, I don't know, executive producer audition thing. But
you made it to the
Yeah.
hotel and everything,
No.
right? You didn't stay in the hotel in the summer?
I didn't stay in a hotel. No, I
man.
didn't do that.
They pretty much just lock you in a
No.
hotel for 9 weeks.
That sounds terrible.
It wasn't that bad. I love hotels, but I didn't like that one.
Oh, see, I really hate hotels, and I don't really enjoy the company of new people. So it's actually really hard to do anything for me because I don't really. It's just you go through, so like trying to get to know somebody, and like then you put in so much groundwork, and you're like, like. This is years, and then you find out things about this person or these people, and you're like, oh, dang it. Like, I have to start over again.
so
Or
true.
like, I have realized about the internet is anytime you think you have an original thought, there's always somebody who's had that thought more originally than you.
No, I have all the original thoughts.
Oh,
Which is why I'm excelling in my music.
that's why you're
career.
going. Yeah, exactly. You have all the original thoughts and everything, and that's why 10 years has been nothing for you, 20-year town.
Ow!
30.
Jesus!
40.
Just quit. You're fine.
No, I'm not saying quit. I'm just saying maybe you're so original that people have not caught up to it yet.
You're right.
Yeah, that's it.
Is there anything?
Oh yeah, but you were talking about being organized, and I agree. We should be more organized. It's honestly just so hard to get a hold of you that like, why you do?
You are literally
Yeah.
in my top 8 of friends on my phone. Excuse me, top 6. He's right here.
I don't have one of those. I never set up the pins.
He's right here. And I always reply.
That's why
to
you miss my messages is because I'm in your pins.
No, you're in my
don't-
pin, so I don't miss your messages.
Does it show when there's a new message?
Oh wait, here's
on
something.
pins? What are we gonna call the podcast? I can't think of a name right now. I'm trying to think. Do we have a direction? Do we want to go a direction, or is it no direction? Wow, it sounds like I was doing a bunch of pre-production here, and you never responded.
I did. I named it. I said nothing a BJ can't fix. And then you said you're the silliest goose in the pond. I swear.
I had an acronym, but I forgot. My acronym for the podcast was OGPNNAP.
Wait, let me guess what it is.
Okay.
Okay. OGPNNAP. Original gangster. Okay, so obviously not.
No.
Or okay, hold on. What? Orangutans go. I have no OGPNNA.
I remember what
Ogpnap.
it stands for now.
You don't remember what it is?
No, I do remember. If you want me to
Give
tell
me a
you.
hint. Give me what the first word is.
Oh.
Oh God. Please, not another podcast.
Yep. That's it. That's the name of the podcast is Oh God, Please Not Another Podcast.
That's actually really funny. We should name it that.
Okay.
I wear long johns.
Yeah, you seem like that. You seem like the long john type. Something that was just like
All the way down to the ankles. I never show my ankles.
Like the underwear is almost passed down in your family. Like like your great grandma in the 1800s was knitting underwear, and you guys still wear that. Like
Knitted underwear.
yeah.
Could you imagine like crocheted underwear
Yeah.
and wearing that, especially in the heat in the summer?
That summer, yeah, that Tennessee humidity.
No,
Oh,
but I do wear thongs, obviously.
Yeah.
But I always remember my first time getting a thong. I was like in 8th grade, and I thought it was so scandalous.
I know everybody. I remember people like girls. I say people, but and
We could say people because I mean, if you wore a thong, you are people.
that's true. I am people. I didn't do this, but I remember there's that underwear that almost had the sides were like pencil-y, like a thong, but like it was just still like regular underwear on the front and back, but like the sides were like
yeah, that's called
thin.
bikini. That's called bikini style undies.
Okay, bikini style undies. Girls whose parents wouldn't let them buy thongs would buy bikini style undies so they could like show off the sides of it like they were wearing a thong, but it wasn't a thong. And you're like, all right.
You know why I think that? Did you ever watch Degrassi?
I didn't, but
You didn't.
big fan of that kid in the wheelchair. I feel like I don't know where he's at now, but I feel like he's going places.
Jimmy.
Wheelchair Jimmy. R.I.P.
No, okay, so there's this girl, and you know what we should really do? I need you to watch Degrassi.
Oh my gosh.
I need you to watch it. So there's a girl in it. This is like what, early 2000s, like 2000-ish.
Yeah.
What was her name? Marissa, Manny. Manny. Her name was Manny.
Oh, in the show.
Yeah. And she decided she wanted to dress promiscuous. And she wore like this like crop top, and then she wore a blue thong that like came up to her like love hand, like over her love handles, like up here.
Yeah.
And she walked through the hallway, and I was like, that's what I want to be.
That's the look.
I want to be
want that look.
girl.
Yeah.
She is hot. I want to wear a thong like that. And then I bought a thong.
Yeah. Just one though.
Just one.
And it's like it's
and I
funny
still have it.
you're like yeah, it's a heavy rotation, man. It's like things are put together with paper clips. There's like, you know.
You would actually be surprised at how many women probably still have their underwear from like even freshman year of high school. And they're like,
why?
You know,
because I feel like guys are kind of notorious for that, like wearing like underwear until like there's holes in them or whatever. But like,
and I just know they smell like ball sack.
Well, if you have the equipment, it probably smells like it.
You're not wrong. I don't know. I think there's sometimes we get attached to like panties and we're like, I can't throw these out.
Yeah. Wow.
These are the best pair of panties ever. And I'll never have them again because
even after the elastic wears out. And
elastic never wears out. I'm still the same size as I was when I was a freshman in high school.
I don't even know if that, I think it just, over time, that's just what elastic does.
It does.
Yeah.
But yeah, you like even bras, like you're supposed to throw bras out every like 6 or 7 months or something like that.
Yeah.
It's something ridiculous. And I still wear the same bras for like 10 years. Like I moved to Nashville with the same bras.
Wow.
Same with sports bras. I think that is insane. What do you think we're made of? Money?
Jesus. I don't know. I don't know. I did not know that. I really thought that was more of a like, well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like kind of a guy
Should
thing.
I do a poll on
like,
my Instagram right now and be like, hey, do you still own a pair of panties or bra?
I think you should, because I think you would find out how weird you are. I think people would be like, no, what are you talking about?
Wait, no. Okay, here we go. This is my only story of the day, too.
Do
So
your
here we
only
go.
story of the day right now.
Okay, hold on.
People are going to be like, what are you talking about?
Question, and I'm going to put a poll here. Women, do you have a pair of panties or bra that you've had for like years? It could be like 10 years. Do you? And be honest with me and don't lie to me. Do not lie to me. Okay, hold on. Let me do the poll. I guarantee like everybody's going to be like,
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Am I the only one?
Could you imagine?
But yeah, so we'll see what they say about that. I'm excited. I have a question for you. I asked this to two of my friends when we were watching Vampire Diaries.
Okay.
Do you think if, let's say, for some reason you stumbled upon a like movie set, a TV show set, and the main actor went down or actress went down, and the producer came to be like, I need you to play this person right now. Do you think you'd win an Oscar?
No.
Oh, maybe I'm delusional.
Yeah.
I think I could win an Oscar.
No, I'm a really good supporting role. I think I could win a best supporting actor.
Okay.
I don't think I'm
the main character.
Yeah.
I could win.
Well, there's so many main characters in this town. It's crazy.
You know, I just believe that, like, let's say I played Elena on Vampire Diaries.
Never
like, this
saw
is
it.
so easy. Like, Damon. That's all she does the whole time.
I have no frame of reference for it.
Steven. Or Stefan is his name.
Well, you've seen 3 seasons
And then
and you
she's
don't know
a
his name?
vampire and she's like, easy.
Yeah.
Easy
Whatever,
peasy.
you know.
You know what also my other toxic trait is?
What?
I watch gymnastics every Friday.
Really?
It's called Friday Night Heights. I love gymnastics.
Are you big? So you're a big gymnastics
I
fan.
love watching. If it's something...
Shout out Lori Hernandez.
Lori!
I love Lori, man. She's awesome.
She is one of my favorite gymnasts.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No
Seriously.
way.
I know you're friends with her.
I know. I'm trying to get her and her girlfriend to come visit Nashville.
Oh, they should. We should do a podcast with them.
Who's also a gymnast. She is a Olympic trampoline.
Man, have you ever watched that?
What is it? A trampolinist?
Yeah, I don't know how they do that. I can't even jump without being little.
Trampoline. I don't know.
Trampolina.
Yeah. But shout out Charlotte.
I will watch gymnastics, and when they're on the beam, I wholeheartedly believe I could do what they're do. Maybe not a backflip, but a cartwheel for sure. A jump, a leap, easy peasy, easy peasy. I mean, I am asking you to buy me a beam so I can practice.
If I buy you a beam and there's a record of it and you break your neck, I'm going to be liable. You'll have to sign a waiver.
Okay.
But I'd love to watch it and film it.
So whenever there's like a little curb, I'll pretend I'm on a balance beam on the curb and be like,
yeah, try that one first.
and I'll have Tom rate my
yeah,
performance.
that's great.
Anyways, that's what are your toxic traits?
Toxic traits?
I guess it's not toxic. It's more of like Delulu.
My delusional traits. I don't know. I think sometimes I do get sad because I'm too realistic about my shortcomings. So I don't know if I have.
Sure. Are you gonna die soon?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't have like anything where I'm like, oh, like I don't know, like I know I'm decent at some things and stuff like that, but I'm never like, oh yeah, I'm the best there is, or I could be the best, or I don't know.
Even the best there is aren't the best there is.
That's true.
There's some shade out there.
I always say the best marketing plan wins.
That's true. That actually is very true.
Yeah, and I mean, but there is a talent into sticking with a marketing plan too. I think that's something that obviously you live in this town and you know how many talented people you see out there who nobody's ever heard of, and then you see how many talented people, but maybe not as talented as some of the people who you've never heard of, do really well and succeed. Yeah. But there's a talent to finding a brand, defining it, and sticking to it, and because I just think there's something about the status quo where you really have to spell things out for people and be I am this person and I do these things. And sometimes when you'll see people go outside of those things, then people are like, what are they doing? That's not part of their brand, or whatever.
I do agree with that. But at the same time, I feel remember how I said, is it a 10-year town or a TikTok town? Yeah. There's so many artists that they have found off of TikTok that didn't have a brand or anything to begin with, and they built it from the ground up, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. We all want to go viral on TikTok. But then I look at them and I hear them sing live and I'm like, have you been to Live Oak recently? Because they're singing circles around these people. Yeah. And their songs are better too.
Yeah, there's definitely
there's luck involved, I guess.
There's definitely I think with anything is do the hard work, as much hard work as you can, and then also hope you hit a streak of luck, because but I think when those two things meet, then it's unstoppable.
I like how you've been saying recently, create stuff for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing.
I think it's important. I think it's important, but I also think there are people who are just I want to create the most popular things, whatever. And as long as that's your intention and you're fulfilling that, then good, do that. You know what I mean? That's great. But I think you always need to have a space where you're I'm just creating this because I want to create it.
Yeah.
There's no,
create it and release it.
Yeah. There's no reason I need to. And even if release it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. Sometimes I have things that just, I have a whole rap career that's just stayed on a hard drive, It's I don't. I have 3 songs, but they're really good.
Should that stay in the vault? Should we unlock the vault?
I don't know.
What was your rapper name?
Preacher Man.
Shut up. No, it wasn't. No, you just spit on me.
I know.
No,
sorry.
it's not. Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Preacher Man. That's me.
Oh my God.
We have full songs. Me and Connor Shambrook. Back in the day, it's my best friend.
Should we create a rap album?
That'd be cool.
I feel it's really going to be in Step Brothers when they're singing Boats and Hoes.
Yeah. The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. You don't even know the song.
The Santa Maria. I know the Boats and Hoes.
Boats and Hoes.
Boats and Hoes.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Man. But I think if you're too much of a realist, then you won't be successful, because I feel the most unrealistic people are successful.
It's true. Honestly, that's been one of the harder things for me, is just I don't know. I've had a hard time, because basically you, as an artist, I think to succeed, you almost have to believe that you are different than everybody else.
Yeah.
There's like a part of you where like you have to be like, and I think everybody does have, you know, a lot of us share qualities, but everybody has different levels of those qualities. And so, yeah, everybody is unique in that way. But yeah, I mean, I do, you know, sometimes I'm so aware and quick with being like, oh, I do this really well. And being like, oh, I know this person does that really well too, you know, or whatever.
Yeah, but it's all about who does it better.
What was that?
It's about who does it better.
About who does it better.
And not even that,
yeah.
but like who catches on to it.
Yeah.
Like
I'm just like not that competitive. That's also been another thing for me is I'm just like really not like, I'm like, that's been one of my things in my life. And I don't, especially more of recently, and I mean, maybe it's getting older or whatever, but I feel like, I'm just like, man, that person wants it more than I do. Let them do it. You know, like, I don't know. Like, there is so much, you know, as you are going throughout your music career or any career like that, like you have to put up with, and like, you know, if you want to get to this next stage, you have to do X, Y, and Z. And like, and I'm just like, I don't think I have it in me, but I'll help support that person and do it, you know, or like, and for me, like, I've always thought like my career, my music, my stuff is more of a long haul than, I'm actually really grateful I didn't find like huge success in my 20s or anything, because I just didn't think I don't think I was ready for that. And, you know, there's parts of me like I'm still really grateful that I'm maturing and like learning things that I don't want to be. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like people as they get older are more successful because they come into who they are as a person.
That's true. And all the old people are dying off. So,
so like, we're up next and it's great. No, I agree with that.
That's the real Nashville plan, is just wait for somebody to die.
Yeah.
And then take their place.
Well, you heard it here first. Who was it? The other day I was like, man, I just don't want to go to these writing sessions. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And somebody was like, does music make you happy? And I was like, yeah, music makes me really happy. I love creating music, but I'm so tired of going into a room and it being the same old. Yeah. And it's like, and I think it's because you go into these writing sessions sometimes and you come out with a song that either has already been written, the story's already been written, melodies have been the same, and there's just no originality to it anymore. And you're just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just baking a cake that everybody else has baked.
That's so true. Yeah. And you see that a lot, especially because, you know, there are a lot of people here who want to do what's working. You know what I mean? And I don't blame them for that, like at all. Like, of course, like there was a time in my life where I wanted that, you know? I think there's a time in every artist's life where they're like, let's just do what's working. And like, and it's a little paint by numbers, but like, but the thing is about paint by numbers is you get a pretty picture at the end. And like, so like, you're like, I want a radio song. Okay, well, I'm going to try to make songs that sound like they belong on the radio, you know, or whatever. Like, you know, but I do also think like, you know, a word that gets thrown around a lot is like iconic or whatever. Like, and you're like, okay, but things in the moment, people didn't know they were iconic yet, you know? And it's like, it's always those like people that did things differently and did things their own way, like that went against everybody else of the time. And then they became iconic.
Yeah, like Queen.
Yeah, Queen or Prince or whatever. You know, like, yeah, you know, like there are so many artists that did that, but during the time, it took people to like catch up to the, you know, what they were doing.
A big example of that is Bro Country.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like, you know, like as Bro Country is like fizzled out, like at the beginning it was awesome, it was amazing, but then it would like ran its course and it was like, I don't want another Bro Country song. But then we start getting this like raw country from like Zach Bryan and Tyler Childers and all them, where it's almost like you actually have to think about the lyrics and think about the sound, and it doesn't feel so produced in a sense. And now I feel like that's in, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I definitely think that's true. I think like there's, you know, there's still a place for Bro Country. You know what I mean? Like that world still exists. Like there's tons of great like artists in that world and they're doing their thing. But then I think people do really crave, you know, and you're seeing it even more with like TikTok, Instagram and everything. People just like crave originality. And as far as like people don't want like a polished product as much anymore, because I think as we're moving forward with AI and things like that, like the only thing that's actually going to set us apart is our humanness and our flaws.
AI scares me. Does it scare you?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I actually just got an email about giving away the rights to my voice for AI. Yeah,
that is so scary.
I know.
That is so scary.
I know. You're telling me. Who knows? And who knows how many things we've already signed? You know, as artists and like different things you sign up for or whatever. Who knows if we've signed away certain rights? You know what I mean?
I know.
Like,
I need to start
you could
reading
be on
the
the
terms and
Voice.
conditions.
You know what I mean? You could be a hologram on The Voice in 50 years.
I technically could. I actually could. They can use
your likeness.
I think forever, pretty much. They could use anything for my social media if they ever needed it.
Yeah.
I mean, which I'm like,
crazy.
okay, have fun with it, but I mean, whatever.
Right.
Wrong.
I don't know. I know the one Evanescence song.
Wake me up.
Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up. Save me.
Save me from
Nothing I become.
Wow. That's how progressive we are. You did the male part and I did the female part.
Yeah.
And he was a feature on the song. He wasn't in Evanescence.
I know. See, here's the thing. I'm trying to tap into my feminine energy, but I keep doing things that are just not feminine.
Tap into your feminine.
Yeah, I just feel like I want to be a little bit more girlier, and I don't know how. Like,
You could stop dressing like a PE teacher.
I look cute.
You do.
Imagine a bunch of high schoolers be like, "That's my PE teacher." They
Yeah.
probably won't say that.
No.
I'd be like, "Yeah, give me 10." So you want to know something funny?
What?
There is this girl on TikTok that's like, those of you who are in like a healthy relationship, can you please stitch this and tell me about it? Because all I'm seeing right now is like shit relationships everywhere on TikTok.
Yeah.
So I wanted to chime in, and I started chiming in about all these things that Tom does for me that are just so kind and sweet. And then I was like, what do I do for Tom?
Then you realize you're like, oh, yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Oh, yeah. That's the funniest thing is when you think you're in a healthy relationship. And then
I do. The other day I was like, what can I do more for you? And he's like, just exist.
Oh, Thomas.
And I'm really good at that.
I'd be a doubting Thomas at that point.
Tom loves me.
Did I do the right thing?
Don't make me call him.
That is not how I am in my relationship. I'm not just like exist, you know. I'm like, no, we all want to get better, so we have to have standards so we can keep getting better, you know, and progressing. And
Tom
trying
has
to
gotten better about being like, hey, can you please pick this up or something like that.
That's good. I'm glad
I am a messy person.
that somebody is talking to you. I think so. I think you expect.
The other day, Josh texted me, and I thought we were joking, which I guess we were. And he was like, I need to tell you something, but I don't know if
You're in a place to receive it.
You're in a place
That's
to
what I
receive
said.
it. And I was like, wait, you know I'm joking. And he just says, you're a bitch.
Yeah. That's true. For each.
So this is just the first one, but here's the thing. It only gets better from here because we'll actually plan it out. Really, we were like, hey, let's get this podcast out of the text messages and let's get it going.
Yeah.
We had no segment. We just wanted to talk. And we did.
And we did do
but there
that.
were some really great, insightful things about it.
Yeah, there's some really good parts
Some silly
in there.
things. Yeah. Oh, God. Please, not another podcast.
Yeah.